In this trade, I used purely just support and resistance and made a total of 200 pips in a few days. I'm going to show you how to draw the perfect support and resistance, how to make them more accurate, and show you the secret on how to use them to get winning trades. Let's get straight into it. Support and resistances. One of the first things you learn when starting to trade, I remember my first time drawing a support, and oh boy, have I learned a lot since then. Unlike my other videos, this video is going to be about the foundation of trading. I'm going to be honest. Most people do know how to draw support and resistance, but 99% of them don't know how to use them correctly. First things first, you want to do what I call the top-down approach. This is where you go on a higher time frame than what you would normally trade on and draw your support and resistances there. So for example, if your day trading are on the 1 minute or 5 minute time frame, you should be going on the 1 hour time frame to draw your levels. There are a lot of reasons for this. The first reason is that support and resistances on higher time frames are more accurate, and price respects them a lot more. So you won't get as many false breakouts. Nobody likes false breakouts. The second reason is this. If you drew all your support and resistances on a lower time frame, you're going to have so many lines that you won't even be able to read your chart. You'll end up hesitating a lot more when entering a trade, considering the lines are so close together. You will never have a clear entry. Go on a higher time frame, focus on the major key levels and turning points, and draw your lines there. You should also be updating your levels every single day. Go through the charts and see when the market is paying attention to a level or when it just ignores it and goes right through it. You should be deleting and adding resistances to keep your chart up to date and more accurate. If you're a beginner and are having trouble finding key areas, change your chart to a line graph. It will make it a little easier to see where the key levels are and where price is holding. Once you draw your levels, change it back to candlesticks and you'll see you're left with excellent support and resistance. It's a great way to practice your pattern recognition. Also, you should not expect your lines to have 100% precision, as I'm sure all of you have gone through this.
All right. I've just set up my resistance and now I wait. Oh wait, price broke my resistance. I think I should enter since it's about to skyrocket up. Enter, enter, enter. Oh my.
You shouldn't expect 100% precision when dealing with support and resistances. Price action is always volatile, and it won't always respect your lines to the T. Sometimes price will break your resistance or support and do a false breakout. It doesn't necessarily mean that that level isn't working, it just rejected the general area. Believe it or not, you can actually use this to your advantage. As if price does a false breakout to your resistance, you can have a pretty good idea that it will reject downwards to your nearest support. Considering it's showing weakness, this is exactly why I like using zones sometimes. It will give you some wiggle room for your support and resistances, and you won't get faked out as much. The main point I'm trying to make is that you shouldn't be using support and resistances as an exact science. Use them as general areas to help make trading decisions. This next step is probably one of the most important tips. Always wait for confirmation. What I see so many traders do is this. They go on a higher time frame, find a key resistance, and see price heading toward it. So they make a pending limit order for a short ride at the resistance. While this is the right idea, the execution is all wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
As sure that this is a key resistance point, but who's to say price won't just break through it like it does here, and then you end up with a losing trade? What you should be doing is wait for a confirmation. One way to do that is like this. We found a key resistance on a higher time frame, and price just hit it. Instead of prematurely entering, we see that price is creating a trend line heading upward, and we see a key pivot point right here, where price has to break. So instead of entering a short up here, wait for price to break this trend line and key pivot point for an extra confirmation that price is reversing. This is where you would enter your trade. That's just one example, and you can do it so many other ways, but you should be using confirmation signals to really increase your win percentage when using support and resistances.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
Another way to wait for confirmation is to look out for a valid breakout and retest of equal lows or equal highs at support and resistance levels. And this is very important because oftentimes whenever price gets to a support or resistance level, it starts to consolidate, creating equal lows and equal highs to indicate a possible incoming reversal to the current trend. And as simple as it looks, on a very serious note, I will always say that it is always good to follow up with these extra confirmations because a little patience can protect your account from unnecessary losses while you wait for these extra confirmations at support and resistance levels.
Hi, I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have: patience. Sometimes patience is the key to victory.
Yeah, I called them unnecessary losses because all you had to do was wait a little more.
I ain't got no more patience.
Now, back to these equal lows and highs, you want to look out for 2 or more rejections at these areas of support or resistance, and then price breaking in the direction of this reversal, followed by a retest of the breakout level, and then we can pick our entries here and yo, we've made some profits. Now it's time to share with you how to make your support and resistance way more accurate. The next step I'm about to share with you guys is to use Confluence Clusters. This tip is huge. Now you may be asking yourself, what's really a Confluence Cluster? What I mean by Confluence Cluster is using every form of confirmation together, like the top-down approach, trendline confirmation, counter trendline confirmation, break and retest of equal highs and lows, and pair them with your support and resistances. So for example, we have a trendline confirmation, a break and retest of equal high and low, and a counter trendline breakout at a support and resistance level all together in the same area. What a beautiful confluence.
I'll be honest, you look very beautiful right now.
That makes the support or resistance level way stronger, and we can predict price will respect it a lot more because of its confluence. The more confluences or reasons for price to respect a support and resistance level, the better. You should never be using just support and resistances by themselves. Let me show you a live example of a winning trade. Using this strategy, we see prices leveling out and using this support on a higher time frame. Instead of just entering here and expecting price to respect this level, we wait for an extra confirmation and other confluences, so we go to a lower time frame. See, a counter trend line price has to break, a trend line bounce on a higher time frame, and back to the lower time frame, we can see a breakout and retest of this equal low and equal high. Once price meets all these confirmations, then we can enter a trade. So as you can see, price broke all these confirmation signals. We enter a trade, then we make our profit. Support and resistances are such a key part of trading. If done correctly, they can be extremely powerful.